In a world where technology could allow us to create perfectly simulated realities, would it even matter to discern what is simulated and what is reality? I think so. You can't break the laws of physics in real life, so even in a post-singularity world there would be things that suck outside of the simulation. I would think you'd want to spend part of your time each day outside of a simulation, so that the transition to real life would never become too jarring or difficult. There is also something special about things being real that I appreciate. Even if the only true difference is one object can magically float in the air and one can't. I imagine myself exiting VR to enjoy the evening and re-entering in the morning. I think a better way to look at this is if in this simulation you kill someone, the person could be fake, or it could be someone else's representation. And let's say that if you kill them, they can never come back to the simulation. Did you kill them? And you should go to virtual jail. Or was the simulation fake and therefore there was no crime? That's kinda how I think about living a life in the simulation. You may feel it, but it didn't really happen. Our perception of reality in our brains is effectively a simulation. Our senses feed our brain, which then contextualizes that information into our understanding of reality. Everyone's brain contextualizes the same information, or the same information from a different perspective, and then different brains contextualize that based on their experiences. Does it matter? Maybe some of you had seen a video when Keanu tells a story and long story short a girl says to him something like, "Why is the reality matter?" And he's surprised with this answer. So why are we trying to keep reality as real? Why we still fight against a matrix when we can live long, beautiful lives? Don't know now, but if such a world exists, you wouldn't know if you're stuck in a simulation, since that is your reality. AD concepts and religions, including Buddhism, that we are already stuck in this world by our senses, and will only be able to see the reality once we sacrifice the sensory pleasures of our physical body. In a world with perfect simulations, the distinction between simulated reality and actual reality might lose practical significance if the experiences within simulations are indistinguishable. However, ethical and existential questions would still remain about the nature of consciousness, autonomy, and truth. In Inception, there was that whole world in the basement in India where people lived in the dream state, which was perceived as a longer time spent than in reality. They came back to reality and were miserable until they could go back, so the VR could be better than reality. It was real. It would be mankind's last invention, and any alien species who came to our planet in the future would just find billions of grinning skeletons sitting in the middle of holodeck chambers. Yes. If you die in reality, you'll be dead everywhere. Gotta end aging and disease and make ourselves generally much harder to damage. Always gotta keep in touch with reality to ensure safety. Nothing actually matters: the past, the present, the future. None of it actually matters. It's just happening, whatever it is. So no, it wouldn't matter. No. It's beyond imagination. I agree that the technology is creating simulation. That's not reality. With flaws in it. It can never conquer human mind. I would say it matters. The physical reality, be it your body, infrastructure running the simulation, or the Earth itself, should be cared for. If the simulations feel real and have real consequences, discerning between them and reality might not matter much to us in our daily lives. Well, if you figured out you're in a simulation, I don't see what you'd do about it. The action you'd take would all be simulated. It sure would. If you're having a heart attack, you need to get to a real-world doctor also. If you are hungry, you need food. Is there a benefit to reality? Is there something I lack, like true free will, in a simulation? Because if not, plug me in. Yes, because the billionaires behind the perfect simulations of bliss would not accept simulated payment. Bro, if it feels real, who cares if it's a simulation? Enjoy the ride and make the most of it. This is exactly why what if reality is a simulation is a stupid-ass question. Not even a bit, and that's why I can't be bothered with simulation discussions. If the rules were different, or the simulation depended on reality, then yes. No, it's all about getting them pleasure chemicals in the brain to percolate. At some point in the simulation, you'll need to use the yes. As long as somebody is still working on stopping the universe from ending. Of course, in a simulation you can't make real people suffer. Does it even matter? Bro, reality is what you make it. You'd be like that guy in The Matrix eating a steak.